So, do you want to tell us about that movie you saw, Mher?
Oh yeah. So this is
that secret movie you wouldn't tell us earlier?
so to continue the theme from last time, where I saw a movie that was like way already, like a couple of years afterwards. To continue it extremely,
Wow,
this
a couple of years.
Yeah, I know. I was like, oh, this movie that everybody was talking about 2 years ago. But this movie is actually from like 2007 or something, and I'm pretty sure one or both
an
of
old
you.
movie, huh? A classic.
Yeah, real classic. It was hard to actually get it in
Hey,
DVD.
before you say that, man, can I? Oh, okay,
You wanna
maybe I
guess
should
what
say
it
it
is?
after. No, but it's so incredibly frustrating. I was talking to my coworkers about movies on Friday, and one of them was asking, he was asking me, "Oh, what's your favorite movie?" Like, he wants to know stuff to watch, and he actually listens to this. Mike, I'm talking about you, bro. And it was so incredibly frustrating, the movies that they call old.
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh yeah, I just saw." Man, now I can't remember the movie. It's like, I saw this old movie. It was from like 10 years ago.
The Great Dictator.
Old movies are stuff that like before I was conscious. I feel like
Which
those are
is
considered
okay.
old.
The guy's literally 10 years younger than I
Okay,
am,
so maybe it makes sense. I don't know.
Anyway, sorry. So what's this really old movie?
Yeah,
from
but
2
you
years
guys, I
ago?
think you guys have both, or one of you have recommended it to me. Children of Men. Do you guys?
Oh,
remember
yes.
watching
Oh
it?
Really?
yeah, yeah.
That was a good one to tell him that I really like that movie.
Yeah, dude. Somebody was giving away free DVDs at work. and I
Dice, David Dice.
So it was just in the break room. I went in there and I was like, I remember multiple people telling me what a good movie this was. So I got it and we watched it like a couple nights ago, and it was so good. It was
Right?
like, wow, this was a really good movie.
You know the big tidbit about that movie?
No, not really.
It's all one shot.
No,
not all of it.
That scene.
There's one sequence that's
Yeah,
a really
at the
dude.
end.
That's like one of the best
It's an
sequences
amazing
ever. Though.
sequence, dude.
That whole part after they get into the refugee camp is amazing.
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Chris?
What movie? Children of Men?
Children
of
of Men. Chris is here by the
Is
way.
that with Clive Owen?
Yeah,
yeah,
that
Clive
one.
Yeah,
Owen,
it's a long time
Julianne
ago.
Moore, and
Yeah.
a long time ago.
It came out like many years ago.
Well, it's a classic, right? When we were youngsters.
We were like 18 or something maybe.
But yeah, dude, I'm glad you saw that, because that is one of the movies I would put in my like top 10 or 20 since 2000. You know, the last 20 years.
And then it was only at the end of the movie that I realized when I saw the credits who directed it. You guys know who directed it?
No.
No idea.
in Naruto.
No, the other Mexican director.
Yeah, that was.
Cuarón. He's the guy
Yeah.
that did Roma and Gravity and Y tu Mama Tambien. And I was like, oh, no wonder
There
it's
you go,
good. It's
yeah.
some like very
Alfonso,
talented. Yeah. Alfonso Cuarón.
So that's
some
an
talented
interesting
director.
thing. I notice like a lot of the movies I like, because I'm a fucking film snob apparently, are like auteur like filmmakers, you know, these directors that have their own style. And it's not even like I necessarily like Terrence Malick. I fucking love his movies. I don't think he's necessarily like, I don't even think I necessarily agree with his artistic vision almost.
But you
get
think
what
that
but
he's
I
very
love
skilled,
that he
yeah.
has one.
Yeah.
You know what
I don't think
mean?
I've ever seen any of his
Can you
movies.
define auteur for me?
Auteur, it's kind of like somebody that would, I mean, I don't know, like, why is it called auteur as opposed to an artist?
Right.
Or an
I
author?
think it's specifically a director
Literally.
as like the
But some-
prime creative force in
Yeah.
the movie, basically.
like an artist with his own vision, I would almost say. Like,
Yeah.
But is it-
then that's what movies have become sort of more. Well, not really.
Okay, so can I throw one thing? what I really love about the French New Wave,
What?
It
It's
created that.
it is
basically.
literally the beginning of film as art, even though there was artistic films before, but that was the first generation that studied film, and they reproduced, then they produced it as art.
Yeah.
And it was called auteur cinema, right?
Maybe that's where that comes from.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Because it was from French.
But
or
it was
something.
as opposed to what was the system in even France. France has like a pretty big and praised film history, right? Even before
Sure.
that, they had like movies that were still very
Train
well
arrives at
regarded.
station.
Huh?
No. Thinking of
No, I
those
mean like
extremely old ones.
Renoir and like all those
Yeah,
guys.
sure, uh-huh.
Was that his name, Renoir?
Renoir, yeah.
Yeah.
He was like the grandson of the painter too. Actually,
Oh,
which is
really?
really
Well,
weird.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, like the reaction of these guys, the French New Wave, was to that Hollywood, the producer,
Yeah.
being the driving force behind the studio, being the driving force behind
What the movie
movies,
is, yeah.
Which is kind of like, imagine like, I don't know,
What it is
music
now, basically,
producers
for the
that
most days.
two of the people here are musicians, like the producer from the company, from the record label, directing it as opposed to the creator,
the musician.
The
yeah.
musician.
Well, but I guess the producers are musicians a lot of times too, in a way. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you got to have some sort of like, I don't know, involvement with it. I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, specifically, I really love Le Mépris, and I was telling my coworker it's probably my favorite movie. A big part of that is them kind of calling out and criticizing the Hollywood producer system, the studio system. By the way, that is what led to America's golden age of cinema in the 70s, was because very much Martin Scorsese and those other...
They look to the French or whatever.
They look to the French New Wave, and you can totally see it in things like
Mean Streets.
Yeah, like it's very clearly like you can see that influence.
Mean Streets is like a French New Wave movie in America.
I'm sorry, I totally derailed your Children of Men, but I really love that movie.
Yeah, it was so good, man. It's so good to like just surprisingly see like a really good movie, because I was like, oh, I've heard it's good. I have no idea.
First time?
Really good. Yeah, it was first. I was like, obviously like 15 years late.
I feel like when you get recommended movies, you're like, yeah, people say it's good, but I don't know if it is.
Oh yeah,
so I'm gonna be super skeptical while I watch this.
You gotta be skeptical, man.
It was just like, it was one of those things that was, which is like, I have a whole like bunch of movies in my head like this, I guess, which is like, yeah, I'll eventually see it. And then 15 years goes by and you never saw it.
But Mher, you don't have to be so skeptical when we tell you.
No, I take your guys' word seriously, yeah.
So we'll go back to another thing, Bridge on the River Kwai.
Oh my God.
I actually asked Jane if she wanted to watch that this weekend, but she said no.
That, interestingly, that comes from...
depending on the weekend, she's going to say no matter what.
Yeah.
I'll have to use my birthday present for that.
It's way older than that. Dude... You can just watch it, man.
Or maybe Bob's birthday present. I'll be like, come on, Jane, it's Bob's birthday. This is the least you could do.
Hey, man, that would be such a great present to me. If you watch that.
We all get together and just have like a big screening of the movie.
Dude,
and Bob's just the whole time, he's just like wide-eyed, like looking at everyone's reactions. Like, yes.
You guys hear that? Wait, I'm going to rewind this.
Go back to that. That's my favorite part.
But yeah, it's just... Going back to the whole cinema history, that movie and a lot of other movies that I really like from the 60s are these huge British epics, which were like super studio driven. Which on the other end, it's kind of that whole thing, like you couldn't have those movies.
What year was Bridge on the River Kwai?
It was in the 60s sometime. I don't remember when exactly.
What movie?
The Bridge on the River Kwai.
You've been to trivia with us.
I have.
I just think it's a really it's a good movie.
It's become an inside joke because
it has
because he's recommended it so many times on different occasions.
I think it's a good movie, but I think it also just says a lot about things like work ethic and teamwork, etc. Stupid things, leadership, things like that. Anyway, doesn't matter.
You already gave us the moral of the story, man.
I didn't, dude. You got to see what it says about it.
Oh, okay. Maybe those things are bad, according to you. Okay. Yeah. No, I will watch that movie eventually.
But yeah, dude, that is from the era of these epic films that came from studios, because you can't make that without the backing, money and support from those studios. That's kind of the other side of it.
Did Jane like these movies? Get Out and
she did.
And
yeah.
Children of Men?
I think she reacted mostly the same way as I did. She wasn't as. I think she liked Children of Men. She wasn't as like crazy about it as me, because I was like, oh, this is like a movie you see like maybe like once a year or something. It's that good or whatever.
Well, I'd say you've only seen it once in a lifetime.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't say a lifetime. There's other movies I've seen that are that good.
Right,
but, it's like it's rare that it's that good. So I thought it was very good.
Did you like Get Out?
I did too. So it was like 2 weekends in a row, and I was like, these are both really, really good movies.
Was that the one that got nominated as a comedy?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Because
there was funny stuff.
the director was a comedian.
Maybe that's right.
What's his name?
Jordan Peele. He's the guy
Jordan
from
Peele. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
But the thing was, I actually was reading about this on the Wikipedia. It was something about like the studio or somebody at the studio said like, oh, this year there's not as much competition, so if we can get it in there as comedy, we'll have better chance
of actually winning. Yeah,
it's like it's clearly not a comedy. I mean, there's funny moments, I guess. But,
Well, that whole The Martian was a comedy. It won like comedy at the Golden Globes or something.
Oh yeah, right.
The Martian was good. I liked
it. It was good, and it was actually pretty funny.
It's a good one. Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah. I would say it's not a comedy in the same way though.
It's not a comedy,
that's not the point of the
funny.
Not like Get Out, where I was like laughing the whole time.
You definitely weren't.
So the reason we're not talking about Get Out is because I haven't seen it yet.
Okay.
Bob hasn't seen it.
Mher wanted to talk about it.
And Bob also said that he would see it last episode.
I know, I did, man.
We'll save it for the next episode.
I wanted to too, but Mher said he would watch Children of Men a long time.
Back in high school, or whenever it came out, it was probably college.
It was college, I think.
Did you get just the whole Pink Floyd reference?
The
that
pig,
yeah,
pig
that
balloon
was
or whatever.
awesome.
I wasn't sure if it was a Pink Floyd reference,
Yeah,
but I
it
was like,
absolutely was,
"Is that a
yeah.
Pink Floyd reference?"
That guy was basically hoarding like art, right?
Yeah.
But I love that, dude, and I love that as a sci-fi, like future sci-fi thing. It's what they call like
dystopian or
but like closely in the future. Like I like that too because it's not crazy distant in the future, but
because it's really about the present in a lot of ways.
Right. What year was it? Hasn't it passed already? In the movie?
Probably. It was 2020 something, like 2027, so not yet.
Really?
Okay.
But the epidemic had been going on already like for the last, 20 years, so we're already past that point. We're safe. We're still going to have babies.
But the cool thing about that is you can do it where it doesn't seem ridiculous. You got to make up crazy technology.
Yeah, it's like mostly the same world.
Right.
I don't get that about some sci-fi writers or people that write about the future where it's like, that's not that far away. And it's pretty unlikely that's going to happen that quickly. Yeah.
Dude.
Like, why don't you just make it like plus 100?
Yeah.
Just like take it out. Take it out there. Why is it so close? Because that's not
how many
happening.
of those movies like Escape from LA or whatever, Escape from New York, they were like in the 90s.
Yeah.
They were made in the 80s and they're supposed to be
just
about,
like immediately
the 90s.
shit's just going to fucking collapse.
Cars and shit.
Yeah. Dude.
I mean, the Back to the Future day was like 2 years ago, right? Like about 2 years ago,
Man.
2018, October something, 2018.
That's the number one
I think.
thing that makes me feel old. No,
Makes you old.
2015.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the flying
2015.
I feel old
skateboard thing
as fuck.
already or whatever, right?
There's like hover stuff now.
Not
There
like
is.
that, though.
Yeah.
But definitely we've come
It's not as cool
But
as
like-
Back to the Future.
Yeah.
I would say that like, if you would, that was made in like, 82 or something?
Back to the Future.
yeah.
It was just before the date, and it was like 85, 84, 85. Yeah.
I mean, like, 2000 is probably some kind of crazy concept to people that were living in 84. Like, oh my God, the year 2000. And it's beyond the year 2000. So it's like...
Well, that was a cool thing. 85, Back to the Future was 15 years to 2000, right? And another 15 years to... So it was 30 years each way when they went back to 55.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
And I was born... Dude, they made that movie about the year I was born. 85.
Oh, nice. Or what, 1985 the movie?
Yeah.
We're all 85,
No,
I think, right?
1985 the book, bro.
The sequel.
All right.
Yeah, so cool.
Hey, if you guys heard this like totally different voice that was neither me, Mher, or Naju, it's a guy named Chris.
What's up, guys?
It very quickly.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
say Chris is here, so introduce
Yeah.
yourself, I guess.
Yeah, just a friend of the group that occasionally does trivia nights on Wednesdays.
Oh,
and,
yeah, that's right. He's part of, we've mentioned that before. The Lincoln Hops trivia.
And I guess today's theme is going to be tech-oriented, and that's kind of my background and my profession. So I'm going to be here kind of asking questions and seeing if the guys could answer them.
Yep.
So I think
So we have like a new thing going on. Chris has hosted us, so we're in a completely new space. And it's much nicer than my room.
I feel weird. You mean your room?
I mean our studio.
Yeah, your room is the name of your studio production company. So
And he's going to be our trivia master as well.
Uh-oh.
And
What does that mean?
Well, you're asking the question.
you're the game master.
Yeah, you're the game.
What
So-
do we call it?
Quizmaster.
Quizmaster.
And actually, for the first time, I think.
It is the first time, yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I mean, Chris
was going to
hasn't
say, yeah. I was
made-
going to say that, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Tell us,
I
Naju,
stepped on
what's
the toes
special?
of-
No,
Please forgive me, former Quizmaster.
So Chris has been listening to us like you guys are listening to us right now. And he had some ideas and he wanted to be a part of the show, and we had to say he can't be a part of the show unless he does something. So
I never said that. That was Naju.
Yeah, I was very welcoming. You're welcome anytime.
Thank you, sir.
Joke.
Happy to
But
be here.
he's decided to write questions about a subject that he's very familiar with, which is technology. Somewhere I think Mher might have an advantage.
Mhm.
I hope so.
But there are going to be 3 contestants.
Yeah, I'm a fucking caveman.
Yeah,
The technology, I heard of the wheel. I don't know what it is. Sounds like an interesting concept.
So I will be a contestant. So Bob or Mher and Naju.
Yeah.
And
Three
Chris,
ways.
the master.
And
And then Frida.
then we got
That's all right. We got a little dog, my little pup here.
Yeah, we have
Frida.
a substitute
Secondary mascot.
Yeah. Don't worry, Catellis.
And we'll do the 3-2-1 scoring that we've used before when we
All right,
had 3
since-
contestants.
Yeah, since there's 3. Go ahead, Mher.
First person that gets the question posed to them can answer it for 3. The next, if they get it wrong, the next person can answer for 2, and then for 1. And we'll rotate who goes first in a clockwise or counterclockwise order.
Clockwise,
we
man.
decide-
Clockwise. What the fuck's wrong with you?
All right,
How do we
clockwise.
decide who goes first the first time?
We're going to...
Tell her real quick.
You want to explain to the audience what it's Hella?
Well, Chris, why don't you do it while we do it?
What is it?
No, you don't need to do it. You don't
Black
need
and white?
to. Yeah. You don't need to do it.
You gotta fuck it up, Chris.
All right, I win.
My hair goes first. So who goes second?
We're just going
Clockwise.
Oh, I see.
All right, we'll cut that part down.
So clockwise would be Naju goes second, I go third.
Yeah. So Mher, Naju.
They call it black and white, right?
Yeah, that's what I know it as.
Black
Yeah.
and white.
What is Tela is Armenian or is that
Something
or is
Farsi,
that
maybe?
another
I don't know. man.
Korean thing that?
No, it's definitely not Korean.
Hey,
Because I don't even really know that.
Yeah.
we're going reverse. No, that's not reverse alphabetical. Never mind. Go
All
for
right. Yeah. Regular
it.
alphabetical.
Sorry, it's neither of those.
It has to be one of them, I think.
Well,
Anyway.
well,
You're M, Naju's N, and then I'm B.
Yeah, but once it gets back to you, it'll be alphabetical from that point forward.
Oh, wow.
okay, it's
Look at
it's
the brains on my
a
hair.
fucking.
Time is a flat circle, Bob.
Dude,
It's what the fuck that thing called?
A Mobius
Mobius?
strip.
Yeah, Mobius strip.
time is a flat circle.
All right, so I think without further ado, right, we should get started.
Yep.
All right, Chris, take it away.
Let's do it. Question 1, going to Mher.
Yep.
In late 1979, a 24-year-old entrepreneur by the name of Steve Jobs paid a visit to a research center in Silicon Valley. Here, he witnessed for the first time a personal computer that used a GUI, graphical user interface, and a user interaction was driven by a mouse. Jobs saw commercial potential in these tools and used it to develop Apple's Lisa and the Macintosh. What was the name of the company he visited?
I know this.
Ooh.
No.
Do you guys know it?
No,
I think I do because I feel like this came up in maybe the
Well,
movie.
don't say the answer because I know it.
No, yeah. I'm not-
Do you know it?
I think
I'm
maybe
pretty
it came
sure.
up in the movie or like I read it on Reddit, but
The
Yeah.
the fast
I think I
bender?
might know.
I don't even
The
know where I
Fassbender?
read
Yeah,
this, but it's
because
probably
Lisa,
come up a
Lisa
bunch
was
of
his
times.
daughter, right? That was the whole
Yeah.
idea.
But like for many years, I think he wasn't like
He didn't
he didn't like
That's
acknowledge
what I
it.
just remember
Yeah,
from the movie.
or he did through the naming of his computer, I guess.
Yeah.
you know.
This
Fine.
girl's all traumatized. Like,
Yeah.
That's not helping me at all, bro.
But anyway, the answer, I believe, is Xerox.
That is correct.
Oh, really? Okay,
shit!
I
What
thought
the
it-
fuck?
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I thought he went to like Microsoft
think
or
that-
had some dealings with them, and
Well, I'm sure at some point, but there was like
Xerox came up
was
with
like
the
a
mouse?
like sort of like a kind of a technology company back in those days. You know, they were like huge.
I mean, I would imagine that their main item is the tech item, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I think the model.
Photocopier?
I think the model. It was called the Xerox Alto. I think was the model that included this whole.
mouse or whatever.
Yeah, and graphical user interface, just to be clear, is like what we commonly use as drag and drop icons on a desktop
Chris,
now. Versus
we call it in the industry, we call it GUI.
Good one. Fucking asshole.
I've never heard of that, dude. That's awesome.
I was gonna say, like, can you imagine, like, back before there was a machine that could make copies of things? Like, shit must have sucked, and then somebody came out with a copy machine. It must have been like a fucking game changer, right? It was like,
Yeah.
give all your money to this fucking.
know how many
company. They're probably
copiers-
huge.
Like
How
I put
many
my balls
copiers
on these
lost
other
their
things
job?
and I can't see them on paper.
That's the number one you use.
They had to use like those carbon copy papers or have like scribes that like fucking type shit.
You know how hard
sucks.
that is on your balls?
Draw my balls, scribe.
Carve my balls into stone. Describe.
So, what movie were you talking about that you thought you had seen
I
this?
think it was Jobs.
The
Am I wrong?
one.
The fast bender one.
Yeah.
Oh, right. So there's the one I saw it in is called Silicon Pirates, I think. It was like Pirates of Silicon Valley.
It's
Yeah,
like a-
I think we spoke about it.
Wait, is that a
long time ago.
documentary?
No, it's a movie. It portrays like Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, but I think it was a more like low budget movie. But it is by far the best. I think.
Was it good?
I liked it a
'Cause I
lot.
haven't wanted to watch it because I heard like it's like a lot of like the history things of that like era or whatever.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was it? Do you know?
I would say at least over 10, 15 years ago.
Classic movie.
That's like a lot of years that I can pick from, though.
Just look it up and you'll see what year it was. It was 90s, I think.
There's been like 6
Michael
billion
C. Hall
years
or whatever
before
it was.
that.
Infinite, dude. Infinite.
Well, not
Yeah.
infinite, Naju.
All right, cool.
Why not-
So
why not?
are you
The
keeping
Big
score?
Bang was like
Chris?
4 billion.
It was 99.
Something 4 to 6
99.
billion.
Wow, it's
I don't
really late.
remember.
So that's 3 points for you, right, Maher?
Yeah. Okay. My hair's in the lead.
Okay. Second question is Naju.
Bring it.
So this is more like a who am I type question.
Wait.
You have to answer who you are.
Yeah, it's
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens.
so this famous computer hacker was best known for his 1995 arrest, where he spent 5 years in prison for various computer and communication related crimes. During the time that he spent in prison, 8 months of it was in solitary confinement because law enforcement officials convinced the judge that he had the ability to start a nuclear war by
Yeah.
whistling into a payphone.
I've heard of this.
Who
I
was
don't-
this
I have
person?
no idea what is.
Yeah. No, I have no names. Fucking Maher Alaverdi. I really have no idea.
Maher, do you know who it is?
I don't. I remember this story,
You've
but
heard
I
of
can't
it. Like-
attach it to a person right now.
Yeah. Yeah, it sounds
Floor is yours, though.
that idea sounds familiar, but I've
definitely
I don't
read about
even-
this on Reddit.
I don't even think I ever learned the name. Like I ever read the name. I know like the situation.
Or not
But,
just Reddit.
yeah,
somebody was talking about that concept.
I think it might have been
whistling
me
into a
at trivia night
Was
Oh,
it?
Chris
on a
Thomas.
question. I think it was me
Thomas
mentioning this
previously.
person.
Maybe. Yeah.
So I decided to make a trivia
So,
question out
which
of it.
one of us was paying attention to Chris that night?
Pay attention. How am I going to remember like a random dude's name?
Yeah, I got
Nudge.
nothing.
You want to
fucking
throw out a name? Throw out a last name.
Fred Durst.
Oh, shit, dude.
Incorrect.
All right, unsurprising.
I know his last name is Thompson. Final answer.
Incorrect.
Shit.
Yeah, I didn't know this. So this was
Did you
somebody
know
who's-
that? You said you knew that.
Somebody that was arrested in '95. I feel like if we knew his name, he probably came back and became something. So it might be some person that we know that had another career later.
Oh,
I don't know.
Donald Trump. Chris Christie. You guys remember Chris Christie?
Fuck, I don't know. I don't know. Julian Assange. He's too young. For
Julian.
that, I think.
Incorrect.
No.
So the correct answer is Kevin Mitnick.
Midnick.
I don't
Mid-
know that.
Nah, I don't know.
No.
that. I've never
Did
heard
he
that
go
name.
on to become anything else, or? Is
I mean,
known
he
for
does
that?
like security consulting now,
He's
but
known as a hacker, though.
he's like pretty much known as like one of the more famous American hackers because he was like a fugitive wanted by U.S. Marshals and was responsible for a lot of what's called like phone freaking, like just hacking basically.
Like you could make long distance calls without paying for them.
The blue ball, I think that was a blue box. I think that's what Bill Gates originally got arrested for. Actually,
Huh.
was
for
using a blue box, which is like was a device to make international calls for free.
Yeah, because like how a phone works, sort of, is like you press the button and it makes a tone, and
Yeah.
the other side hears the
Old,
tone.
yeah. So old payphones were like that, not anymore. And then you had a red
Right.
box, it was called, which basically played those tones in a payphone. So you would just
Be able to punch some code or something.
you would
into
just hold up this device like a recorder, play the tone for 25 cents, and the payphone would think you dropped a quarter in.
Right, that's
Yes,
funny.
those
You
are
would
the
make
days.
the noise of the coin. Is that what
It would be it was a certain pulse, like certain hertz
That's
that the
hilarious.
frequency was, and
That's so ingenious,
Yeah.
right? Like, how would you be sure that people paid their quarter?
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
so
interesting
ingenious.
actually.
People are
The
ingenious.
the original guy that discovered that his name was Captain Crunch, I think.
What?
His hacker name, his alias.
Oh, I
And
thought
and
maybe he went on to go into serial.
No,
No,
it was,
it was
and I think it was
pirate.
because he had found it was a toy in Captain Crunch. It was a whistle as a toy in Captain Crunch that made that first frequency that he was able to use for the phone. Some story like that. Yeah.
That's a good fun fact to know. That's going to come up on trivia one day.
Who's Captain Crunch? The hacker, Captain
Or
Crunch.
something.
How many
This
Captain
hacker-
Crunches are there?
Yeah.
2, at least. I don't know.
The
Could've
fucking
been
pirate, bro. The famous pirate.
Some guy in the Navy's name.
Captain John Crunch of the Civil
Yeah,
War.
John Delano Crunch.
All right.
All right. I'm ready, man. I'm ready for
This
this.
one's for
All right,
Bob.
let's go, Bobber. This is actually appropriate for you.
What?
It's fitting. So the earliest yet discovered symbol in the shape is found in a Bulgarian translation of a Greek chronicle written by Constantinonis Manasses in
Ridiculous
1345. It was also used by the Spanish and Portuguese as an abbreviation for a unit of weight equivalent to 25 pounds. What is the symbol?
Damn, I don't know, man.
This is
That's
a good
cool.
Bob question.
Well, yeah, I think I'm gonna need to hear that again.
You want me to repeat it
Sure.
right now?
Yeah, just
So it's a symbol, basically,
Okay,
a
so
character.
what symbol?
The earliest yet discovered symbol in this shape is found in a Bulgarian translation of a Greek chronicle written by Constantinonis Manasses in 1345. It was also long used in Spanish and Portuguese as an abbreviation for a unit of weight equivalent to 25 pounds.
I have a couple of ideas. There's a
I
couple-
know some symbols too. Yeah.
Yeah, I know some symbols.
I've looked at a keyboard.
I mean, I'm guessing. Oh shit! There's a keyboard next to me. I'm gonna
I
cheat.
know.
Well, like the two things that immediately like the hashtag, which we call a pound sign.
Yeah.
Dude, I stopped using the pound sign to mean number because I heard people nowadays don't know what that means.
Yeah.
They don't know what a pound sign is, or anyway.
Yeah, just hit hashtag on your phone.
Yeah.
Grumpy old men here.
Yeah.
This question was for Mher, right?
No, it's Bobber.
Bobber,
Sorry.
yeah.
Yes.
So the other one I'm thinking was the @ symbol. Not to give you guys too much.
Yeah,
But
those
then
are the
there's-
two like weird ones that it's like
But then
where
I
the
don't
hell
know,
do these
like
come from?
like pesos have their own symbol, like a dollar sign. But I don't think it's that. I'm just gonna say that #/pound sign. Final answer.
That's incorrect.
I don't
That's
expect to get any
incorrect.
points here, by the way.
Yeah, I don't really know. If it was from Greek, I feel like the @ sign. I don't know. What does alpha look like that? I feel like the @ sign is probably from like Latin or something.
Yeah,
It's
I
from
don't know where
actual
the
A.
lowercase handwriting type of A comes from.
Yeah, but I'm like out of other symbols to really think of. Maybe ampersand, which seems like it could be a symbol for that, but I don't really know where that comes from. But it could also be like there's so many symbols. I'm thinking if it's a
You just said I'm running out of symbols to think of, and now you're saying there's so many symbols.
yeah. I mean, I feel like if it's a technology question, it's going to be one that's commonly found in like I don't know computing settings. So it's not going to be like
Euro.
a flat note
Yeah.
or something. Like which is a symbol.
I know it's not the
Um,
equal sign. I heard that.
Yeah,
came
that's
from
like
somewhere
obviously
else.
like a math thing too, right?
I think it's the crescendo symbol. Yeah.
Yeah. So I kind of want to say ampersand, so I'm going to say ampersand. Final answer.
It's incorrect.
Yeah, I don't-
Asterisk. Final answer.
Ooh, asterisk.
That's
That
also incorrect.
Oh, what the
really?
fuck?
What was,
Was
it? Was
it
it
the
the
It's the ad sign.
Oh, God damn it.
no,
God
guys,
damn it.
can I get pride points?
So I left a part out of it, which like it's in Spanish, it's arroba, like how you say it, and
Dude, I totally would have got
it derives. It's like from Arabic, which I guess
God
arub
damn, ad
means
sign.
the quarter, so 25. I don't know.
That's interesting.
arroba.
That's really interesting.
The ad sign.
Okay,
I
so
like
now,
it, Chris.
that's because it is a very weird symbol. You're like, where the hell does this come from? But I guess the early people that were making keyboards decided, like, oh, this is an important symbol to put on there.
Yeah, while researching this question,
Just
it
like,
was
I really
because
like
of
this one.
emails, basically. I mean, I didn't. Full disclosure, I didn't know this until I looked
Yeah.
up the question. But I guess originally the cent symbol, the C with the slash
Line.
through it,
Oh,
was
cent.
cents, not dollars,
oh,
but for
yeah.
cents, was also on the keyboard, but it was like scraped, like because it wasn't
Yeah.
commonly used.
Wait, so they replaced it with the @ symbol?
I don't know if they replaced it specifically with the @ symbol, but I guess early keyboards had the cent symbol too, and it was taken out probably for maybe the @ sign. I'm not sure, but
the @ symbol was put in particularly for emails, or like that kind of like
yeah, that's
motivated
basic.
it?
Yeah, the guy that first like created sent the first email used that to distinguish username and like what computer he was sending the email to. First, it was like within a same network, right? The first
Yeah.
email that was
Instead
sent.
of
So.
writing at, he did that.
No, he used
no,
at.
no, Because you have to separate the two.
Yeah, yeah. It wasn't.
pieces
He
of
wasn't using
information,
at.
basically.
He just used the symbol.
Yeah, and it's also
At had
something.
nothing to do with it. He
And the
just
at
used the
symbol is not
symbols.
used commonly in like programming, right? You don't use
I
the
don't
at
see
symbol in R.
I can't see anymore.
I don't know any
I'm blind.
place where it shows up. Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, good old iOS, of
Objective-C
course.
uses
Swift uses that symbol, but anyway, like it's not a commonly used symbol in
You guys
programming.
are talking.
I think
Sorry, we're
some like comment parsing languages might use it, like where you can write your documentation in your comments. I think maybe R has that. Anyway, that's it.
Hey, little piss. Sorry.
A little piss.
Wow,
I
what the
meant
fuck?
peace. Sorry, my accent comes out when I'm tired or something.
drinking.
Huh?
Nothing.
The water?
Water.
So the ampersand comes from
Yeah, you brought this up.
Oh, did I say it on the podcast though?
Yeah, I think it was.
But wasn't it? What didn't the symbol already exist before the name though?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay.
called percent.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So that's why I didn't think it was ampersand.
Well, I thought maybe they still can't. I knew it like that story that you told about ampersand, but I just thought maybe that shape, that symbol, maybe was that one. I don't know. I couldn't really think of anything else.
How about the at sign, man?
Yeah, I just I don't know. Okay.
Wait, what's the other official word for an at sign?
I don't know. Does it have an official name?
Yeah, like what?
Or
what
do
do
you
you
call
call
it?
it?
No, I think it's just at sign. According to Wikipedia, it's just at
Really?
sign. Yeah,
Oh,
in English, at least.
Bullshit.
Arroba in Spanish.
arroba.
Maybe it's just called
Arroba.
arroba. Yeah.
Anyway, I think that was a good question, man.
Yeah, that was
All right.
that was fun.
Thank you.
No,
Yeah.
that was good. These questions have been good, I think.
Yep.
In general.
They're gonna get progressively worse.
Just like I used up all the good ones early.
No. I mean, I did spend. I spent a decent amount of. No, I mix and match now. So
There's only so many good questions like
yeah. It's actually it was pretty challenging
Yeah.
to find good questions that have some kind of, I guess, background
That are
history.
interesting.
Yeah.
Uh,
So I think I'm okay. I got some stuff.
I got next.
Yes, I think who's next? Mher.
Yep, and score is still 3-0-0.
Still 300. Yes. Okay, so when Gmail first launched, how much storage did it provide?
Oh wow. I remember when Gmail launched, and I
Me
got
too,
an
man.
invite. And at that time, I was using my university email.
You got an invite?
Yeah, I remember who invited me. By the way, it was Derek Ellis.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
I
I, mean,
bought
I
one.
remember that when it was like a brand new thing. Like,
yeah.
I remember who invited me.
Who was it?
No one that anyone knows.
The person I said was somebody we went to high school with.
Did you invite me, Maher? I feel like
Maybe.
yeah.
I bought mine for 99 cents off eBay.
Really?
It was that early.
What do you mean you
Oh,
had to buy
crazy.
it?
Yeah, people were like early. It was like really the
You
early
wanted an
days,
invite,
and
bro.
yeah, you wanted to get there's-
But I think, and this might be totally off base, but I remember at that time I was using my university email, which had I think 2 gigs, maybe. But that seems like a lot.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it was 2 megabytes, but that's way too little.
Dude, for an email service, 2 gigs seems like way more than anyone would need.
Well,
you have
I
to think
don't know,
about
there's a lot of
attachments
names.
these days, though.
That includes
Yeah.
attachments.
So I'm gonna guess that Gmail was better than my university email that came out at the time by about 150%. No, more.
So 3 gigs.
By 500%. Let's say I'm gonna say 10 gigs. That sounds about right.
That's incorrect.
What?
I
That
feel like
10,
it's-
did you say 10 gigs?
I feel
Yeah,
like
is
it's
that
10
too
gigs
much?
What
now,
the
dude. That's
fuck?
a lot,
Are you
dude.
kidding me?
Is it?
I'm going to say 250
When
megabytes.
Gmail first launched,
250 megabytes.
how much storage did they provide?
But
That's my answer.
didn't my university email
250
have 2
megabytes.
gigs?
That's incorrect.
I thought it was 1 gig, dude. I'm gonna say 1.
That's correct.
Oh.
Count it.
What?
Wait, so how? What does that
My
mean? You get
university
one?
email
Yeah.
might have been less than that. It might have been like 200 megabytes.
It
or
was,
something.
Maher. I mean, I don't know how much your university one was, but I remember 1 gig. Like that was
Yeah, that's a
huge,
lot.
man.
Yeah, 10 gigs. I was surprised with that answer.
Dude, as far as I
Alright, I
remember,
was
it's
way off.
10
I was
now,
way
dude.
low, and I was still way closer than you.
I know. Okay, well, that was way off.
I'm sorry. I'm just giving you shit.
I was
though.
basing it on that memory, but I think the memory might be totally wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of 200 megabytes. That
Dude.
might have been what we had. Yeah,
Dude.
it actually sounds much more reasonable.
Human memory.
I remember I kept maxing it out too and had to delete stuff. It was really annoying.
Yeah, I remember that with the
You guys
emails.
don't know how many-
I mean, I think Gmail is less than 10 gigs now, right?
I think it's 10 gigs.
Is it
now.
the 10 gigs now?
I mean,
Because
no,
I-
I probably
I'm
have more
pretty
than 10
sure-
gigs of email, man. If you have it, like, you're probably getting, I don't know, hundreds of megabytes of email of just like junk mail
Yeah. But
a year maybe. I don't know.
We're just speculating, but like I remember every time I look at my thing, it says out of 10 gigs. I could be wrong.
But is that
Fuck, you might be
Gmail?
right.
Is that
Yeah.
your Gmail?
Yeah.
Oh, you got the
10
whack
gigs is
one.
a lot, man. Back then,
Yeah.
that would have been gold. Fuck.
Yeah.
That was a shitty answer.
Damn,
Good job, Bob.
you guys like it?
Yeah, very good, Bob. Bob's on the
Thanks.
board.
Was that your initial guess the whole time?
Yeah. It was.
Fuck you.
Nice.
So what's the score? 3-1. Mher 3.
No,
Bobber 1.
I'm
Yeah.
0.
Oh,
yeah.
0.
Yeah.
3-1-0. Are we going to next
Don't
question?
leave me out, bro.
Let's do it.
Maher,
No,
Naju.
it's me.
So before I actually start this question, I have to ask you guys a question. Are you guys familiar with the term phishing, like on the internet? PH
Yeah,
phishing.
like
Yeah.
I mean,
In short,
I
it's
don't
like
know exactly what it is, but
in short, it's like
I've
referred to as
definitely
like social engineering, like posing to be somebody else,
right.
Yeah, for sure.
posing to be a legitimate, bank representative to get your credentials or whatever it might be.
Or one of the legitimate Nigerian princes.
Yes, that want you to send some money over Western Union for.
Oh,
Keys
wasn't
to a new
there
apartment.
a famous athlete, NFL guy, who
What,
got
who fell for
fished?
something
He
like
thought
that?
his girlfriend lived in Hawaii and had cancer or something. You guys
Oh,
remember
no,
that?
that's
I don't remember that.
catfishing.
Is that different?
Yeah.
I think that's very different.
Yeah,
no?
yeah.
Oh.
Catfishing is completely different.
Okay, so what were you saying?
Fishing with the PH.
PH. It's like
Yeah.
more internet, like basically.
It's like a way to hack your accounts and stuff.
Yeah, like people that send spam posing to be other people
Like
to
Yeah.
Bank
get
of
like your-
America, except if you look at
Right.
the URL, it's like
I think it comes from the
bank
same.
with like a Q or something.
I think it comes from the same concept. Like you're fooling someone.
Yeah, maybe.
All right.
Yeah.
You're
So
fishing.
the questions, yes, surrounded around this concept.
That thing is like given.
What?
Okay, Naju. So the term phishing appears to have originated in '95 from a program called AOL that allowed automated attacks on users of America Online. Eventually, AOL modified its service to distinguish user-generated mail from official AOL mail. What change did they make?
What was the change?
What change did they make to distinguish an email that came from them versus an email that came from another user using AOL or any other email service, not
Right.
specific to AOL?
I don't really know how to answer this question. I'm kind of confused.
So I guess it's maybe just to point out. Remember, America Online was a software that had
Yeah,
like an
the internet.
inbox, right?
Yeah,
It was its own custom. It wasn't in a web browser.
Am I? Yeah, I mean, I think that's gonna be okay. But
Yeah,
Did
I
you
can't
do?
even think of what this could be. Tricky, Chris.
Tricky Chris. What did they change? I don't know. They changed their email extension.
That's
You just-
incorrect.
yeah, just say incorrect.
Man, that sounds like a good answer.
And when we say AOL, I guess we mean America Online. There might
Yeah,
be some listeners that maybe
For
don't,
all of
Yeah,
Bob's
yeah.
coworkers.
don't know what AOL is.
Jeez.
All right, guys, before you can
AOL
just
was
get on
the internet, guys.
Yeah, you have to get these CDs and install it.
Remember that trivia question?
What's
What was the most distributed CDs in like 1995? It was like AOL installed
95,
CDs. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
At the height of CDs,
Free
Yeah.
1,000 hours.
AOL was the hottest
Oh,
album.
dude. Sometimes
Sorry.
you would
Triple
hoard
platinum,
hours.
man.
They were just giving them out for free.
So I don't know, man. Is this something like as simple as like they put a symbol or something? Like if that's an answer, I'm gonna say they official snapped it with their symbol because I have no idea. Man.
That's also incorrect.
They didn't do that, huh?
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. That's kind of like a decent guess. And I'll go something kind of off of that and I'll say they displayed official AOL emails with like a custom background
Or dude, maybe they
with
just
their
didn't.
logo maybe. or
I'm
something.
thinking maybe they didn't let you get emails from other services now.
Are they?
Well, I mean,
they
then
put
you
like a
wouldn't get any
spam
emails
folder,
except
like
for
a,
AOL.
they made a spam folder or some shit.
But then what he's saying is how to distinguish when Naju sends me an email versus when AOL, the company, sends me an email. So that Naju can't send me one that says, "Hey, I'm AOL,
Or
so
yeah, or like
give me your password."
exactly. Yeah, basically.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I don't know. That's my guess. Is that right?
I mean,
he
it's
said no, he said no.
it's close, but I don't know if it qualifies for the correct getting points. But the correct
you're the
answer
quiz
is
master.
Yeah,
You
you
tell
decide.
us.
You just say yes.
say your answer again.
I said they put a background on they display the email with a background, a special background.
So I think that maybe does qualify. It's 1 point, right? You get.
It's up to you.
So what they did is when you had your inbox, there was like a little envelope icon.
Yeah.
And AOL email used blue icons for their emails, and when you open the mail, it did have a blue background. So that's why I want to give you the point because
There
it
you
did
go.
have a
different
background.
background.
Yeah, but also when you saw like just the subject line,
indicator.
the indicator, the icon would be blue. Early on, it wasn't like that, right?
That was weird. I don't remember that.
Well, you got to tell people though.
But
that
then,
you're gonna
like
do
back
that.
when I was
don't
using
remember- I don't
AOL, it
remember
wasn't
that
like I
either.
was really using email though.
You know who?
Right. But I mean, the people that really got attacked were more of the older generation, like
That were still using
the
it.
40s, 50s. You know, you would
Yeah.
go into those chat rooms, pull their screen names.
Yeah.
You know. Who
I'm talking
never
like I
had
know
AOL?
this.
Huh? I never had AOL.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't.
I didn't have it for a super long time, but I had it for a little bit.
We had CompuServe after a while because it was like.
Did you have Net Zero
Net Zero for
with
sure.
the block? Yeah, that also the app to
Or
like
Juno.
block the
Yeah,
kill.
yeah.
Juno was email. That was like really early email. Juno email.
Netscape.
I vaguely remember that. That was the
Netscape. I
browser.
think no. I think they had a
They had
service
their own
too.
email
Yeah,
or,
no,
or
no.
their own internet.
The browser
Yeah.
you're talking about,
No,
right?
but I think they had a service too. What was the non AOL service that was around?
Earthlink.
CompuServe.
Earthlink.
Was,
Earth-
That
Earthlink.
was one too. Yeah.
Earthlink, yeah.
Earthlink,
My
yeah.
cousin used to work there. I remember when I went to visit her, she had T1. Like,
Oh
it's just
my
like,
God.
yeah.
Oh my
Let's
God.
download
This is like
porn.
this is like 90.
That boob is gonna come out so quick.
99. Yeah, and I just like connected. It was just like incredible.
Yeah.
I remember when it was like free bagels and I was like flipping out. I was like 12 years old. I was like, you guys get free bagels?
Damn, dude, I'm flipping out now.
Yeah.
Free bagels.
It's crazy though. Imagine going back to that time and like seeing AOL and like sort of the position they were in. Wouldn't you be like, oh, this company's going to take over the world? You know.
Well,
And they didn't. You know. They
Well, they
kinda
merged
just-
with Time. Remember AOL
Yeah.
Time Warner. It's a
Right,
huge.
yeah,
it was
yeah.
a huge.
That's
There was that
right.
merger.
I guess
Yeah.
that makes sense.
They just
Maybe they
Yeah. I mean,
Time
they're
Warner's still big, right?
yeah. Their reputation on like internet is like not, it's still there. You can still have an AOL email,
Yeah.
but there was
Well-
AIM. Remember that? That was
And that was huge.
that was
man.
definitely
huge,
I
but
used
it
that a
took a
bunch.
total
Yeah.
crash after other things came out.
Yeah, but it was like literally not.
yeah.
even
What
all these chat
replaced?
services.
What really replaced AIM?
You know
Texting.
I think it
social
was
media?
texting.
Phones, yeah, phones.
Texting,
I think
right?
it was
Really?
texting.
Phones,
Yeah.
phones.
Because even Facebook didn't have messenger capabilities early on when
When it
AIM
first came
On
started.
Messenger,
But like up
send-
until like
yeah,
probably
shit.
senior year of college, I was still using AIM. Maybe even a little bit after, but like
Yeah, but
texting was
well-
just picking up then.
When we were in high school, that was like the main thing.
Or
Supremo-
Skype.
Supremo
Skype might
Mia
have
22,
replaced
where
it.
you at?
Shout out. Shout out my
Screen
boy
names?
Fuzzy
Are those your
Mustard.
screen names?
That was mine.
Yeah.
Fuzzy mustard.
Bob
What was Bobber?
Wait, who was
Well, Bob
Fuzzy?
had a few, but
Don't
his
worry
latest
about-
one was Baboof, like 1738
yeah,
or
but
something.
that's-
Some
That's
year or
38,
something.
but it's in the. It's right around the French Revolution.
Okay, so a little bit later than that.
1796.
But you guys
Yeah.
remember any crushes AIM names?
No, I don't remember their name.
Yeah,
Crushes?
Sweet Kiss
Yeah,
1984.
What? Who's that?
That's
Himself.
Oh, that's pretty
Oh,
cute.
how
I
adorable.
don't even know if
That's-
that's actually correct. It was something like that.
Oh, you guys don't remember Joker Girl? Come on.
No, who's that?
Wait, was that loose?
Yeah, that was Luz.
Oh.
Wow, that sounds like some chola name. Joker girl here.
Fuck, I gotta pull up my AIM and look at my friends list.
Yeah. See who's online.
No,
They're-
they discontinued it, right? It's
Yeah, I
like
think
totally
it's-
Is
done
it
now.
really?
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah,
done.
no, it's actually done.
I was thinking
It was
Skype might have
recently
been
that
another
happened,
thing that might have came in and then
Skype?
replaced
Yeah.
it. Skype,
wasn't
yeah.
as big though.
Skype was
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah,
Skype was
Skype
like the
is-
first
I mean,
voice over
it's-
IP, pretty
maybe
much.
it's
Like,
fucking
internet.
permanently
Yeah.
installed in
Wow.
Windows.
is it really? Oh,
big,
now
yeah.
it is. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I don't know.
They own it, right?
G-Chat was
Microsoft?
huge.
I think they bought it. Yeah.
They bought GitHub too. You know that.
G-Chat's still big. That's right.
Dude, you know,
Converse with
I feel
people.
like that's the most like neglected like service ever, and Google just doesn't give a shit about GChat at all.
Or
They
it's
just
called
let it
Hangouts
become
now,
a thing.
but
Hangouts, yeah.
Yeah.
I use it for conferencing.
Google Plus, bro.
Yeah, but we used to. I mean, like when Gmail,
Hangouts.
when you know, like everybody would just have their Gmail open and just GChat. That was like so normal.
Yeah.
Now people don't really use it anymore, except for us three.
Yeah, we use it. Like I don't know. If
And,
anybody
yeah, for
else that
work,
has it,
like-
it's kind of an easy, quick thing.
Cool. All right, next cue.
So Maher
Moving
got
forward,
that point.
Maher got.
Four.
all
He
right,
has
I got
four
the
now.
point.
Does that
Nice.
mean he still gets asked the next question?
No, it's Bobbers. That was
It
my
goes in
question.
Completion order
That
still
was my
stays the same.
question.
Yeah.
That was my
That was
question.
your question. Okay. All right.
So the score is
Blobber.
Mher 4, Naj 0, Bob 1.
Yes. Okay, Bobber.
Yep.
The hexadecimal numeral system, often shortened to hex, is a numeral system made up of how many symbols?
Fuck. It's gotta have to do with 6, right?
I think it has to do with sex.
Oh. Well, I don't know how many. I'm guessing it's. Could the number hexadecimal could have to do with something else in the system? So it could just be like 2 symbols, like, or something. But I'll guess 6.
That's incorrect.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this, but I don't know why it's called hexa. It's called hexadecimal. Well, actually, it kind of makes sense. I think it is your regular decimal or numerical characters, which is 10
Okay.
digits, plus 6 letters. So
Cool.
the answer is 16, I'm pretty sure. Right.
That's correct.
Yeah. So that must be why it's called hexadecimal. It's like hex plus decimal.
So Mher's 6.
Wait, actually, decimal is
Decimal is
10.
10, that's
It's
why I said
literally 16.
Oh shoot! I don't even think about that.
Hexadec. Yeah. Well, there you go.
Nice.
I didn't know
Bob.
that, but yeah, there you go.
Bob,
Yeah, it's
I got all
0,
the
0, 9, 10 digits, and A through
Yeah.
F.
I got all the the classical themes. I guess
Yeah.
the other one was Greece or something.
I
thought all-
literally never thought about that until I was just talking right now. Like, oh, hex and Naju helped out. Yeah. He said
The more you
decimal is
learn,
10.
guys. See. All right.
I just said it
Cool.
off mic. That's why I wanted to clarify that I said it.
Yeah, Naju did say decimal is 10, not just literally the decimal point. Okay.
All right.
Next question.
Next
Back to
us-
my hair.
It's
Yeah,
back
this is
to
my
this is back to
question.
my-
And what's the score?
So he
the
got
score
2
is
on that.
6, Mher, Bobber 1, Naju 0.
All right, Bob. We'll just be on a team now from now on.
Yeah.
Team
Me
up.
and you, bro.
That's why I asked earlier if I could ask.
No. That's just
This is the random order is going to be. All right.
Random order is going to be.
Bob got
how
his
it goes.
history.
All right. So PayPal employed an aggressive marketing campaign to accelerate its growth in the company's early stages. What was their marketing campaign? Or what do they do for the marketing campaign?
I vaguely remember a story like this, which was not a flattering one.
Was it like pay your prostitutes with that word?
No, I'm gonna say it was some.
No, yeah, it's not a slogan.
Yeah, no, no. I have a guess in mind. I think it was like. I think it was like some sort of 0% interest loan or something, but I don't know how to formulate that into an answer.
Loan. They were
Um,
loaning money? Is that what you're trying to say?
Damn, that's crazy.
yeah, I'm gonna say it was like a 0% interest credit line.
That's incorrect.
Damn it!
Idiot.
So what did they do in their advertising campaign?
Tired of the questions about why you paid Sugar Lady
PayPal.
last week.
What did people use PayPal for at the beginning?
eBay. Well, sorry.
Yeah,
I don't know
eBay,
if I
yeah,
gave away the
eBay.
answer. I just thought that was
Oh.
obvious, but
Oh, okay, so it'd be an internet thing. So like a cam grill or something. Right?
Bobber.
Yo, get off the idea of using PayPal for sexual fucking pleasure.
Okay, fine. I
know
ordered
what
drugs
Bob's
online.
PayPal, you can fucking see the records, Bobber. This is the wrong place to be doing that.
How do I order illegal drugs online and hide it?
PayPal.
What did they do? See, I don't know how to answer any of these fucking questions. They required you to go through like a page on eBay to use them or not.
That's incorrect.
I don't know.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
yeah.
Can I have the question one more time?
You're saying like there was an advertisement on eBay or
Well,
something.
Sure.
it was every time you try to do something, it would PayPal ad would come up and say, "Would you like to use PayPal?"
Or like they
Yeah.
force you to use eBay, maybe?
I mean,
Is that what you were saying?
Is
That's
that
my
not
answer.
make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense now after you clarified.
Yeah.
Okay, so can you read it?
so PayPal, early stages. This is like, but we're talking about before eBay bought PayPal. Early stages. You're a startup. They employed an aggressive marketing campaign to accelerate their growth. What did they do for this marketing campaign? I think I could have formulated this question a little bit better, but it would have given like a direct hint on what they did.
Okay, but what Naju said doesn't equal like they made you use it. It's a marketing campaign. Okay.
Yeah, I guess.
See, I think if it's a marketing campaign, my answer was probably a bad one. That's not really a marketing thing.
So PayPal, are things like pop-up ads? I guess are a marketing campaign.
That's a good.
Let's say something untoward though.
So to accelerate growth, right? Like they grow by having users. So
something to encourage new users.
Well, that's what
To
advertising
to
is,
sign
right?
up.
Is that they just want
Can I
more
just say
people to
they
do their
they
shit.
gave like early users like bonus money? Is that a thing? They gave them some amount of money in their account. Final answer.
What?
It's up to
I
you,
think
Chris.
they deposited $10 into your account if you signed up.
Oh,
yeah.
what do you guys
They
think?
just
The
gave
accounts?
you money.
They just gave you money. Yeah, exactly.
all those like food delivery services are doing that right now.
Postmates and
Basically,
stuff, you
yeah,
get like
they just-
$100.
they just give you-
Damn.
they give you.
But this
money.
is, but that's
You
credit.
have to spend on Postmates.
Yeah, exactly. That's
eBay,
credit.
you can-
This is PayPal's like,
that's right.
go on
literally
anything,
$10,
you know what I mean?
that was definitely an Elon Musk
That's
idea.
what
It was.
said.
Yeah. He said like I don't know how many
Let's
million
just
it
give
cost them,
people-
but he said let's just give people. I originally thought it was $20, but when I looked it up, it says 10.
That must have been pretty early, because I don't remember that at all.
It's early. It's like when it's very early.
Damn, I'm so good at getting these when you guys get too wrong.
Well, I'm just hitting those free throws,
Sweet.
1-pointers, you know?
All right, question 9.
Is this question 9?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. This is going to
Nah,
Naju. Okay, Naju. Generally, which component of a computer draws the most power?
Which component of the computer draws the most power
Of a computer, yes.
of a computer? The processor.
That's incorrect.
I'm gonna say all my Pornhub tabs. I'm just kidding, guys. Not the processor. I don't know. The motherboard. I don't know things about computers. Are those two separate things?
Yeah, they are.
Yes,
Yeah,
they are two separate things, but motherboard is also incorrect.
Okay, I think I have a pretty good guess. I'm pretty sure it's the display or the monitor.
Wow.
That's close because it's the video card.
Oh,
Gee,
but it's
but
not.
I don't know.
But not all computers have video cards, though.
They all have, they do that.
No.
It might be built in on the motherboard. Again, it said generally. The question says generally.
But it's
Yeah,
built.
now
But it's
dude.
built into the processor, not the motherboard, right?
No, it's not built in a processor. It's you have like,
I would accept not getting that. I think I said
No,
something
yeah.
different
Yeah.
enough.
Because
You-
I was
you
thinking
specifically
about
said
saying that, but I
monitor,
didn't
though.
think that was a requirement for all computers.
you need to display it on a monitor, so you need a video card.
Right.
Now
need
your
s-
motherboard,
But
normally, a
Yeah,
motherboard has a built-in Intel like basic graphic video card.
Right.
But then you can also buy your Nvidias and AMDs that are your external ones.
Oh, you want?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Can you?
Question.
I don't know if I have them here, but
Oh,
I'll
okay.
check.
Knowing the least about computers and stuff here. Let's say like a Texas Instruments like a graphing calculator. That doesn't need a video card, right? It has a display.
It has an LCD display. Yeah.
That's a computer. It computes my.
Yeah, but it's. I think it's. Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know exactly,
It has a
but
display though.
it does have
But
a
it doesn't
display.
need a video card.
It doesn't need a
A
video,
video
card,
card
but
would-
it's
You
also
probably
not
do the
color.
calculation
But you're not
on
also.
regular
There's also no
regulation.
color. You know.
A video card is like something that looks like a decent fucking right,
I think most modern computers would need
as opposed
a
to
separate video
the
card.
TI-83.
God damn it, man! That was my one chance
Yeah,
at
agreed.
that answer.
Yeah, because I know that like on your phone, like the thing that kills your battery is basically the display because you have to light that thing up. But it doesn't make sense on a computer
too.
actually. Because,
Vibrations too, though.
Oh, vibrations too. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Really?
It
'Cause
doesn't
you
make
have to
sense on a
force the thing
computer
to
because
move?
usually a
Yeah.
monitor is separate. It has a separate power source on like a desktop, not on a laptop. So I didn't think about that. Okay,
So no
Cool.
one got it.
No one
no
got
one
it.
got it. Bob's cue.
Bob, this one's gonna be tough.
The other ones are so easy.
Yeah. I'm at fucking
Yeah, I got
0
two
points,
questions.
bro. I'm at 0 points, bro.
Yeah, I got as many questions as Marin.
You ready?
Alright, Yeah.
On which computer hardware component is the BIOS, so it's basic in-out system, chip located?
Hey, bro. You know this?
I'm pretty sure I do.
Yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, dude.
No, that's just bullshit that he goes before me.
Because you know it. You're pretty sure you know it.
I'm pretty sure I know it. Yeah.
The motherboard.
That is correct.
Is it?
That's correct.
Shut up.
Yes.
Is that right?
Good
Nice.
job, Bob.
I barely know what that is. All right.
He just
That was a good guess.
That it's
Bob's
something.
Sooner or later, motherboard is going to be the correct answer.
Hell yeah. Mher, I'm coming for you, bro.
Oh yeah, he's probably catching up now.
He's 5 to 6. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Bobber's 5.
Yeah, let's just
Maher's
pretend
6
I'm
and
not
Naju
here.
0.
I feel like Naju's getting screwed, I think, if you got that question for
It's like it's like when you play like multiplayer Scrabble, the order that you're sitting in actually matters a lot.
Yeah.
Because if you play after, not that this is the same this way, but if you're playing multiplayer Scrabble, if the person that goes before you is bad, that's like really advantageous. So the order kind of can matter in games like that. Not to say any of us are bad. We're all very good.
All right, man.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Sorry.
Participation trophies for everyone.
All right.
Next question. Going to Maher, right? So the development of a particular operating system was an important precursor to the way web servers work today. What was this operating system first developed in 1969 by AT&T?
Damn.
Um,
I didn't know that was a thing.
yeah, I think I know. The operating system or the operating system that I know of, I think AT&T developed was Unix. That was developed by AT&T, I believe. So I will say that is the answer. Although I don't know if that perfectly qualifies. Unix.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know that, so fuck you.
Points.
You knew that or didn't know
I
that?
did not know that.
It was also like when you look at these like super early technology companies, it's always like very surprising. But like AT&T was another like huge one. It was along with, like,
For communication. I mean,
Yeah,
that's basically still telecommunication, internet, right? I mean,
that's where it started out. So like they did a lot of that early stuff.
and Bell too, I think. Packard.
Yeah.
Bell
Bell Labs, they had
Bell
a lot of
Labs, right?
big,
Bell
like,
Labs.
research things or whatever.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Blazing through. Naju.
Creating some distance between me and Bob.
Naju.
Yeah.
What's considered the backbone of the World Wide Web?
It's Pornhub.
This is like, technology speaking, the backbone.
Uh-huh.
The backbone of the World Wide Web is not Pornhub, but PornTube.
Damn, it sounds like a cheap.
My hair looks like he
Pornhub
knows this answer.
rip-off.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I could think of things that relate to it, but what does it mean by backbone? I'm not sure.
Backbone of the World Wide Web. I'm gonna go with people.
What? No,
Or
dude,
users.
You know, he's not-
You are the backbone.
You are the backbone.
That's incorrect.
It's like when you was the Time Person of the Year that one year. It was just like, this is so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys remember that?
Also, stop making fun of me.
It's not funny.
Oh,
right?
it's you.
Look at this guy.
I think it was like a reflective thing too.
Yeah,
that
it's such
showed
a
your
dumbass
face.
idea.
I don't know. I heard ARPANET is a thing, so I'll say ARPANET. I think that was the internet before the internet. I have no idea. ARPANET.
That is incorrect.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's like one of those routing things. How like signals get routed between nodes of the internet. They have names.
It's close.
I don't think. Is it?
You can't say that. Bad quizmaster. You're
Apologies.
almost there.
You're getting warmer.
There's something that starts with DNS. I don't know what that is, but it's a
A
name.
DNS server?
Yeah, I don't know.
That is a
I'll say,
thing.
I don't know things.
I'll say HTTP. I don't know.
Holy jeez, that is actually the correct answer.
Wow, nice. Okay,
What?
sweet.
Wow.
Points.
Stop pretending like you didn't know.
Wow.
What is HTTP though?
It stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol, which is basically like how information's transferred to
You
web
know
browsers.
what, Naju? It's something computer nerds need to worry about, not us cool dudes. High
That,
five.
that definitely
High
don't use
five.
computers.
High five.
Yeah, you're just clapping, Bubber.
Well,
The NS is a
audience
thing,
doesn't
by the
know
way.
that.
Yeah, I don't really know what it is.
Domain name service is what it stands
Oh,
for.
that's what the NS is?
Basically, what resolves like a URL, like a .com,
Yeah.
to an IP address.
Oh, okay. So if you type out
So when
the
you type
name-
google.com, obviously there's an IP address associated with where that content's hosted.
and
domain
that's the
name
thing
service.
that determines it.
Correct.
You know what
Okay,
I'm gonna do?
I
I'm
didn't-
gonna, I'm gonna go befriend someone that knows a lot of history and then make them come on.
What is that, 11 for
Just
you,
kidding.
Maher? Yeah.
No,
I
10.
lost track, but that was a 1-pointer though.
That was a 1-pointer, 10.
Yeah.
10 to Mher, 5 to me.
Don't say it.
Settle.
Love and respect to Naju.
The tennis love and respect.
All right, so do you guys know anything about Phil's?
Yeah, who's your favorite Phil, Chris?
Phil Collins? Who's that?
My favorite Phil?
Yeah, like a Philip or
Phil Jackson.
oh yeah, I don't think he's ever come up on our Phils. Yeah, one of the most successful basketball coaches ever, and he's had like a big impact on your life. You would say?
No, not a big impact. Not a big impact on my life, but
we do live in Los Angeles.
yes, and he brought
we were
us
born in the
rings. He
80s.
brought us, a three-peat.
And then two
No,
more,
and
I
then two
think.
more. Yeah, that's right. Two more. Yes, he brought us 5 championships.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Other than that, Phil.
Phil Hartman, Phil Collins.
Philip Fry. Dude,
Phil's every time.
I know, but
Hey,
he brought up
Mher.
Phil Jackson, which we'd never brought up
Phil
before. Yeah,
Jackson.
which is a pretty good one.
Mher, you got the question recently in our online trivia league
About
about
what?
the E Street Band.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
took me a second, but I
Did you
was
get
like,
it?
Dude, yeah, I did.
That was
Who-
totally a
who-
throw up one because I was like, oh, it's too obvious. Because I
Dude, the
like,
guy's from
what
New
is it,
Jersey. What's his
Bruce
name?
Springsteen,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, yeah, he's from New Jersey, and that's his band's name. That must
Like
be
when
it.
I thought of that, it immediately clicked. I was like, it's got to be
Yeah.
that. There's an E Street apparently.
Is that the guy from Sopranos? That's the band,
Yes.
right? He's in it. Steven Van
And-
Zandt,
and
Silvio
And
Dante.
also, he is a very big music education advocate.
Oh, is he?
Yeah,
Oh, sweet.
he does free shows for teachers.
Have you seen him? Does he talk like the character in Sopranos? Probably not.
I've
right?
never
I'm
met him.
anti-music education. Just kidding. But
Everyone
Michelle,
generally
so-
is.
Lilyhammer. That was the other show he
Yeah,
was in.
he was in
that I
that.
really like. All right.
Whose turn is it?
I just got that for
It's
1
to me.
point, so it must have been Naju's. Next one's to Bob.
Next one's to Bob.
Did you number them? What question is this?
This is number 12.
You should just number them on your computer.
What's that?
What do you?
No, I'm okay.
I'm looking. All right.
So, Bobber, the internet began with the development of what?
Is it ARPANET?
That's correct.
Oh my god!
I felt so bad asking the question because he said it the question before.
I think that was his answer to the
Sorry,
last question.
guys.
you know.
It was.
He's just gonna say these things over and over until he gets it right. He's like, I guarantee you, this is gonna
Hell
be the
yeah.
answer to
Nice
one of them.
job.
Sweet. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, so the ARPANET
I think that's what I
was
was gonna guess. Yeah.
Is it something that-
it was originally funded by the U.S. Department of Defense.
Okay, yeah.
That's a good idea.
The military started.
Good job, military people.
Yeah. Well,
And they had
Nice.
one of the nodes in like some room at UCLA. By the way, I think there was like a marker or something like this.
I think that
first
is it. Yeah, I mean,
I think there was like a room like that on campus that said that.
it might have been something related to that first email sent.
Maybe,
The
yeah.
first email was sent was on ARPANET, I think. I don't know, well, but
Because back then, I think it was all basically universities that were using this. Send, I don't know, messages to each other, I guess. Hey, like,
CIA.
what was like 5 times 6 again? And then the other university would send back like 30.
Durr, I don't know.
It was 30, right? Yeah. Okay.
all right. What question are we on? Which number?
13. Maher's the lucky number.
13. Okay, Maher.
Okay.
Chug this beer through a straw.
ARPANET.
Ready?
Yeah.
So in computer science, I/O is commonly used as an abbreviation for input-output, which makes the .io domain desirable for services that want to be associated with technology. What country's top-level domain is .io?
That's interesting. This is a good one.
So
Shut up,
I'm
Bobber.
thinking the country starts with
It
an
is.
I.
I have no idea. It has an O in it. I can't even. Oh,
I can think
of
of one.
country.
Well, yeah, I think I know. I think I know what I'm gonna guess. Well, I'm guessing that India is IN, and they would take up IN, and so that would kind of mess up Indonesia, and they might switch to ID or the next letter, which is IO, and I can't think of any other country, so I'll say Indonesia.
That's incorrect.
What? That's the only
Ouch.
thing I was thinking of.
Ooh, okay. I thought that would be it too. Io.
Ayo.
Ayo.
That means yes in Armenian. Ayo.
That's true.
Very
Yes.
formally, yeah.
I never thought about that.
That's what I did that for.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking about Armenian now.
I can't imagine it's not Indonesia though.
Yeah, I
That
know.
would be our
Indo-
number
It's
one.
probably ID, I'm guessing, then.
But what else could be ID?
Idaho.
I
That could be Io. We all know the great nation of Idaho.
Hold on. Let me just think for a sec. This is not going to be entertaining.
Yeah, we could talk about other countries. I don't want to say other countries now. 'Cause we can say countries that don't start with the letter I, like Mongolia or
Okay.
North Korea, maybe.
North Korea, do they have a top level domain? Probably not.
I don't know. Yeah, I guess not. They're not part of whatever international organization, or maybe
Iceland. Fuck.
they are. It is probably like, I don't know. It's probably like some body in the UN or something that like runs that kind of stuff.
Iceland. No, I think there's
Or
a.
is it like private?
I think it's some private thing. Domain.
So if they just
masters.
have like some grudge against like, I don't know, the Solomon Islands, they can be like, yo, you don't get one, bro.
Yeah.
It's
Domain
fucked
masters of the world.
I mean, it's literally what we were just talking about earlier, DNS, right? It's like having the rights to reserve these words is based on whatever legal thing there is to have like a country top
Yeah.
level domain. But yeah, for
Yeah.
my business, we pay for .nc. It's New Caledonia.
For
That's
dog-
where it's from. .nc.
Oh,
Our company's
NC.
name's Async, so our
Yeah.
domain is asy.nc, just like to keep it short.
Yeah.
NC?
Yeah, New Caledonia.
Caledonia.
Is New Cal? Where's New
It's
Cal?
like one of those
don't tell
islands.
us.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, all right.
It's like one of those South Pacific islands, I think.
But is it an independent country?
I have no idea.
I think it's under France. I think France.
You guys heard of how like Tuvalu's like raking it up because they can sell
Dot
dot
TV.
TV?
What a stupid world we live in.
Hey, man. Fucking power to Tuvalu.
You guys know what Will.i.am's website is?
No.
It's Armenia.
Will.i.am.
Oh, .am.
It's just like an Armenia, like, you know.
He was able to buy .i.am, so he probably
I
paid
guess-
some money
yeah.
for that
Did
single
he? Is
letter.
that
that was
real? I
like,
thought
you
you were
know,
making
like
that
half of Armenia's revenue that year.
Damn.
He probably paid a lot of money for that because having
I
single
bet.
letter domains is pretty rare.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, I have no fucking idea, man. I'm just going to say India.
That's incorrect.
Dude, that whole time we were talking, I wasn't even thinking.
That was long con. Distract you guys.
Well,
So
we
to repeat the question, .io, a domain extension, is associated with what country?
yeah, maybe it's like Io, like Ionian and Greece, but no, I'm pretty sure that's like hell starts with an H. Man,
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about countries with the letter I that whole time.
Iceland. Maybe they have some kind of weird.
Isoland.
Yeah, maybe some weird like Nordic letter. Looks like an O.
I think they use the same letters. With maybe
No, they have
some
those crosses
slashes
and,
and
yeah,
stuff.
there you go. Yeah, it's a tough one. So you said Indonesia. You said India. I-O. I can't even think of any other countries that start with an I. Iceland, India, and Indonesia.
There's two more I can think of. They don't have an O on them though.
Ireland.
Oh, that's another one. I was
Oh
thinking
shit,
that
dude!
was- I
There's
was
two
thinking
more
that
after
one.
that.
about. But Ireland, they call themselves like Ire or something with an E.
Yeah,
I think they call them Ios, themselves Ios.
Ios.
Ios is the name of a moon of like Jupiter or something. Maybe,
Io.
maybe that's the country.
Io. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
What other
Well, that's how you
countries can
spell
think
it.
of that start with an I, dude?
I think the question might be a little bit confusing because it's referred to as a country top level domain, but I'm not sure if this would be classified as like a country.
Because
Which is
sometimes they're
fine.
not countries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that's I think we're assuming things from the question, you know, that don't necessarily apply. So, Can you repeat it again? Let me.
Yeah, so the question, the way it was written was, in computer science, I/O is a commonly used abbreviation for input-output, which makes the .io domain desirable for services that want to be associated with technology. What top-level domain, or what country's top-level domain is associated with .io?
I was going to say the Iroquois Nation, but I don't think they exist anymore. I'll just say Iceland. I'm pretty sure that's wrong.
I kind of have like sort of another guess if that's not right.
What
Is that
was
right?
That's incorrect.
that's
Iceland
not
is
fun,
incorrect.
no.
Is it maybe like Isle of Man or Isle of Wight or one of those other Isle
No,
of
that's
something?
silly, dude.
Everyone tried to answer already?
Yeah.
It's
What is
the British Indian Ocean Territory.
Oh, fuck.
I like
For
it.
Indian
Ocean.
Ocean
I like
territory.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, never was going to get that.
Yeah.
There's like an
Unless I had
island.
looked it up before.
There's like an island with like 8 people that live on it that use it.
Yeah.
I think it's how New Caledonia
And they're
might be.
Raking it in, dude. Those 8 people are all
Dude,
like,
I don't know who. Yeah, that has definitely made a lot of money
Let me
on
ask
those
you,
domains.
What other countries start with an I?
Iran and Iraq, you forgot those.
Oh, okay. I thought of those earlier, but they don't have those.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There must be other ones.
Iraq and
I was thinking
Indonesia.
Israel
that's it.
too.
Oh, Israel too, yeah.
Oh,
All of them don't have O's.
Yeah. Then none of them.
good question. Indian Ocean.
Except for Indonesia is
Ocean.
the only one of those countries
Yeah.
that also has an O in it.
Yeah. All right. Your guess was good. All right.
Thank you.
Next question. It's Naju.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What question?
This is 13?
14.
14.
14.
No,
So
second
it was
to last.
penultimate.
Penultimate. I think I've clinched it.
Like
then,
you
huh?
want to score real quick?
The score is Mher 10, Bobber 8,
I know.
I
Yeah.
know Bob can.
and
Yeah.
Naju 0. You guys remember IRC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The chat? What does IRC stand for?
Oh, I should know this. IRC.
I was only on there for a brief period, but
I
it
don't-
was
I have
through
no idea what that
Naju's
is.
inspiration. He got
Key,
me on
yeah,
there.
Keej was on that shit like a
Keej got
motherfucker.
Naju on there.
What is that?
It's like, think of it as like early chat.
Oh.
It's a chat.
I know what IRL is. Me IRL.
IRC.
There was a good trivia channel back in the day. Not that I remember, but that's basically where I spent 90% of my time.
On IRC?
Yeah, there was a trivia chat room, and there was a bot that would ask questions.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
well,
yeah,
I
yeah.
remember that.
Yeah,
dude.
and then if you got it, that you would get points, and then it would give you like the leaders of the month or whatever. Holy shit, that was a while ago.
Yeah, I
used to
remember
play with,
that.
like I think you, Bob, and Eric,
That was so
maybe
fun.
even Keija and Naju.
Yeah, you'd connect to like Freenet / join your channel.
Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah.
I
And
think
Juarez.
That shit is still going.
Oh, yeah,
on.
definitely.
Yeah. Through IRC.
Juarez
Yeah, the
is
Juarez.
huge.
Why is the ampersand sign so hard to write?
Is it?
I've been trying.
I'm going to say something ridiculous because I don't know the answer. Individual remote chat.
Damn, dude. That's nice.
It's pretty close, but that's incorrect.
Whoa, pretty close, huh?
No, just not correct.
No. Never mind. Just not correct.
You got the IRC. Like,
They did start with the right letters.
each word, yeah.
You got all the first letters right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
That's
say.
why I took back my.
Wait, what
my
did
comment.
you say?
I said individual remote chat.
I'm gonna say. Fuck. It's not gonna be. Is the I the wrong part? I was-
I think they're all the wrong.
Indonesia
Yeah,
remote
it's
Indonesia chat.
I'll say. International remote chat. Pow.
What? No.
That's incorrect.
I think I know this. Although the C I'm not as sure of, but that should be the easiest one. I think it's internet relay chat, if I remember right.
That is correct.
Nice.
got
All
it.
right. I think you win.
And that was IIRC.
Nope.
What was IIRC?
What was MIRC? What was the M?
It's a good question. What was
I
the
think
M?
that was just a program.
Micro.
for
Yeah,
IIRC.
yeah. I think. Exactly. I think it was
Okay.
a program
that would
to
do IRC. But
okay.
IIRC is, if
In-
I remember correctly, and I did.
Jesus,
Good
bro.
one.
So I could tie it up right here.
Oh shit! Can you? That was for 1 point. So I have a 3-point lead.
Yeah.
You're
Bob.
11,
This is
I'm
this is.
eight.
Oh, okay. Here we go, Bobber. I am 0 listeners. Just so you know.
You ready?
Naju could get on the board though.
Yep.
Okay. Dutch computer scientist Mark Overmars is known for creating which game development engine?
Oh man, Bob. Do you know this?
No, I have no
Oh,
idea.
Bob gave a really confident gesture, and I was like, "Oh fuck, he's about to tie it up." With some,
I have no
It's some-
idea.
For some reason, when I said Dutch, I started with Dutch computer, and you're just like,
I was like, "It's some like strategy game company or something."
Nah.
Bob's like, "Oh yeah, Mark Overmark."
Paradox engine.
Mark Overmark. Can you say it again?
Dutch computer scientist Mark Overmars is known for creating which game development engine?
Game development engine. So it's an engine that makes games. A game development engine.
That makes games.
Yeah, I only know one gaming engine thing. Yeah,
Clausewitz, bro.
Clausewitz. Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna think about this a tiny bit because I feel like there's lots of games that are made on like, oh, here's a Java game, but that's not just a game development engine. That's just a thing. They make JavaScript things. So I'm gonna go ahead and drag this out.
The urge to tie is strong.
The urge to tie is very strong. I don't know.
Sometimes when you pull up a game, you'll see like the developer like,
For sure.
and then you'll see some other ones, and sometimes they'll have the game engine developer
Okay.
on
But
there.
like, what game engines are there that are gonna be like Minecraft is like a game, and people make not different types of games. There's like World of Warcraft and all that stuff.
Those all use engines, correct?
Yeah.
Games use engines.
Oh, but
if it's a racing game, yeah.
huh.
Also, it's a real life.
No. That was great. So Dutch as well. So I'm gonna say, what's that? What's the games I'm thinking of?
Dave?
No, like Blizzard. God, what is that like?
That's what
They use the engine for one game
in another game.
to make the game Naju plays, League of Legends. I think that's Blizzard, no?
You're confusing things, but
Okay.
But game engines are that basically. They're used to make
other
multiple
games.
games are
Other
powered by a game engine.
Okay, so it's Dutch.
Yes.
just get it wrong, man. Come on.
No, I'm gonna get the right one. I'm gonna say
I feel like you don't know this stuff. Though.
Dutch boy.
Arjen Robin engine. Robin Van Persie.
The
Van Gogh.
whatever they use on Sims.
That's a-
The real life engine,
Okay,
the reality.
So, whatever, Blizzard. That's not it.
That's incorrect.
I'm saying whatever they use to make League of Legends.
Yeah.
You know.
So there's two big game engine that I know of that are like sort of, I think like outsource or like not outsourced. What's the word? They're like licensed. So if you want to make a game, you can use them. Not internal ones
Okay.
that whatever. Like
I don't know that.
Blizzard probably has their own thing, but they don't let other people use it or whatever. Or Paradox. Of the two, I don't want to say them because, well, I don't know. Maybe Naju can guess the other one if he wants.
I shall guess the wrong one for me though.
I think I know. Well, the two ones that I know are like Unity and Unreal, but I'm pretty sure Unreal.
Oh, there you go. That's what
Unreal
I meant.
was the guy that's in the Epic. Is like the head of Epic or whatever,
what
and his
games
name
are
is not
Unreal?
that. It's something else. So I'm gonna say Unity as the answer. Is it Unity?
It's a good answer, but it's incorrect.
So what games are Unity? Let's say, what do they make? Like what games?
I
would you
don't know. I think it's more like indie games because they don't want.
It looks like Lara Croft Go, Pillars of Eternity. Those are Unity games. Unity is also pretty big with like VR games.
How about Unreal? Was the other one?
Unreal's actually a game engine, yes.
Yeah, Unreal
Quake is
Tournament.
also
Quake.
Yeah.
Quake is
Yeah.
mentioned.
Well, you still got to answer the question.
Quake is
so-
Unreal Engine.
Oh, Quake is on Unreal.
Yeah, Quake is Unreal.
No,
No,
Quake.
Unreal.
Quake's
Epic
its own engine, I think.
Is it?
I think so.
is Epic, right? That's who owns
Is it?
Unreal Engine.
It sounds like it's not Unreal, so I'm going to say Source.
No, that's incorrect.
It was Unreal.
What is it?
It's Game Maker.
I don't
What?
know that one.
I thought it would be Source or Unreal.
Is
Game-
that like an older one? or
It's an
whatever?
old, it's older, but I think it's still being commonly
Still-
used
Wait,
for
what
like
you-
PlayStation. It's called Game Maker Studio, and it's used for like
that-
PlayStation 4 and.
what games? Tell me what games. The recent games.
I gotta
Yeah, dude,
search
pull
that.
it up,
I don't
pull
know
it
it on
up, do
top of
some
my head.
research.
Jamie, pull it up.
So what's the name of the League of Legends and all that?
There's no name. They don't have.
No?
They haven't named it. It's their own thing.
Yeah,
It's private.
that's okay.
Yeah, it's just like that's
So,
their
so
shit.
when you say it's an engine, it's something other people could use? No, they,
Not necessarily, but the ones you would know about generally are those.
are the ones that are like
Because I think they're
publicly
advertised to some extent.
accessible.
Right? Like
but they
Blizzard
do
is not
use-
trying to sell their engine, so I
But
don't know.
let's
if
say
they have
League of
reasons
Legends
to-
uses the same engine as.
No, it does not.
It
Well, what
doesn't?
was League of Legends based off of?
Warcraft
Wasn't it?
3.
Yeah, it doesn't use the same engine
No.
as that. No.
Dota 2, which is
There- yeah.
Dota was
Oh.
Dota was the game. That was the Warcraft 3 mod.
Yeah, yeah.
And Dota 2 is made with the Source engine.
And
but
Dota,
it's-
the
but it-
original one, was just the
The-
Warcraft mod.
Yeah,
or
was it
whatever.
was the
It was
Warcraft
using
3
whatever
game?
Warcraft
yeah,
was using.
yeah, exactly.
Okay, sounds good, man. I think I learned some things today.
We defended the ancients.
Katana Zero, you've heard of that?
Maybe.
That's
Heartbound.
definitely a past PlayStation game.
Hearthbound?
Heartbound. Zero Ranger.
This game engine is terrible.
Yeah.
What the fuck
Yeah,
kind of question
what
is
are they
this?
saying?
Bullshit question,
So
bro.
anyway, I gotta say,
Wait, what's Source? That's what
That's Counter Strike and Half Life and
Valve.
yeah, Valve.
uses it
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever?
Valve's.
so I
engine.
learned some interesting things today, and I think those were awesome questions, Chris. Thanks
Yeah,
for
that was
making
good.
those
Yeah,
last.
Of course.
Thanks for doing that, and
Thanks for having me.
I think it's something we could do like pretty regularly too.
Yeah.
if people are willing to.
Hey.
And if Chris, you want to do another topic like flamenco guitar or something?
Yeah, good one.
Damn, dude, that's
One
gonna be
1934 flamenco singer came from Cadiz.
And it'll be the reverse, where Naju will be the only one that
I don't
gets
know that.
answers right.
I don't
Maybe.
know that shit.
Well, you know more than me and Bob probably. So.
Yeah, but anyway, that was great. Thanks, Chris. We'll have some more.
Handshakes.
top-
around.
Hey,
Thanks,
I got
GG,
0.
guys.
I'm upset.
Yeah.
We'll get some more.
Oh yeah, that's right.
topic.
Who won? Mher is
Mher
the
won.
winner today.
Good game.
Good game.
So,
GG.
Yeah, do it for the fans. Thanks
also,
for
listeners,
listening.
if you have like a 15 question set of questions,
Maybe
On a
Email.
topic?
Email us,
Ooh, why don't you tweet us?
Yeah, and
You can
follow
tweet
us
us,
on
but-
Twitter at Chris Quarters.
I'm gonna ask you not to send the questions in because Meher's gonna
Because I
cheat.
will. I mean, you guys obviously can tell why I don't
Email
compete.
to Naju, maybe.
Yeah,
Why?
yeah, but you can put it up and I'll check it out and I can host.
Get out of here!
Yeah.
I kind of got lucky with some of those the timing of the questions, right?
The motherboard.
Yeah, dude.
Motherboard.
I feel like no one got any of the questions I got.
The ARPANET was a good one.
gonna-
You can do that.
I'm
Maybe
gonna-
get on there. You can
Yeah.
listen, go back and listen.
That's what I get for reading things on Reddit. I don't even know what ARPANET is, but anyway.
I keep fucking hearing Arpane, man. What the fuck?
See you guys.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Later.
Thank you.